Well, Peter, thank you very much for talking with us. And well, this role as an analyst, how good is going? How much are you enjoying this?
I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm super honored and happy to be here. I think that this is just my third event, so like having to look back in January when I had my first gig back in Copenhagen, and now I'm here at the major is it's quite the progress, I'd say. But obviously, I think and hope that I can bring something a little bit different from what the other analysts are doing, since I'm so freshly out of the whole player thing. And obviously, I still have a lot of things to learn. You know, it's a whole new working environment, and you have to think a little bit differently. And I have so many points that I want to try and improve sometimes, and sometimes getting to that point can maybe be hard because I don't know how I want to like get the flow working. And I think that I'm still learning. I think like every single day I'm learning something new about the segments, and I'm even if I have a bad segment on the desk, then I just try to learn from it and just ask the ones that are like experienced and like how can I do this differently or whatever. So it's like a learning experience.
Is this because it's the next step of retirement, or it's just a role you're taking in the meantime?
I haven't really made up my future yet. I think I'm in a position right now where I'm obviously trying to figure everything out. You know, my contract just ended with Falcons before the major, so I'm right now. I'm in a position in life where I'm just trying to figure out what's gonna happen next and what I actually enjoy. There's a lot of questions in my life right now. Then I have two kids at home, and where do I want to take my career? Like, do I want to pursue and try and play again, or do I want to do something outside of esports? Want to continue doing this? You know, I don't know. Right now, I'm just like trying to enjoy the moment.
Right, because recently, for example, I heard Anders talking about how he was struggling with job needing and stuff. But I mean, you are the number one in the earnings ranking in history, so I don't get it goes through that way.
No, but I think it's I think my longevity obviously has been there for a long time, and I've been part of Counter Strike for so many years. So it's just as much about the passion of the game and also how much you show that you want it. And I think like we've the last couple of years throughout Counter Strike, we've had a generational shift. Like you see more and more of the old guard starting to take a break and starting to do something else, whereas you have a lot of new players coming into the fray. And I think that's also what this major has proved so far is that there is just so much talent out there nowadays, and so many young players that just really burn and thrive to go out and prove that they're a great Counter Strike player. And I think it's different for an old player like me. I think my hunger for playing is kind of different from what a young player is, and sometimes that's just really hard to compete with.
And what is your overall take on Valve's recent decision to remove the MRQs for the next major?
I'm a guy that really missed the RMRs. You know, it's been part of my major journey for a long time. I Then when they moved it into online era, you know, that was how it was. You know, like I've never really been a fan of the online qualifier because a major deserves better, and I think the players deserves better, and it like we miss all the emotion, and it's like a good foundation to build upon, like something really great and create a good storyline. So I'm definitely missing that. But now the fact that they're going to be inviting all the 32 like teams just from VRS is I mean, it's all about grinding now, and I think the VRS system is benefiting the one that grinds, and we can see that with the likes of NRP just grinding their asses off, and also other teams just like putting in as many small tournaments they can to get more points. But it also creates some kind of a boundary where a lot of teams they will not have a chance to qualify simply because either they don't play enough or they don't make deep enough runs, and then maybe you're just not good enough. But that's definitely some things you can change for the VRS.
Right, of course, like cheating might distortion many of the big online open qualifiers or bet arrangements, but how is this damaging the scene, especially for the lower tier teams?
It's damaging in a way that the qualifiers would always have you on kind of equal terms, that you would be able to just go in and perform. Like if you actually had a really good qualifier, especially for the smaller regions, you would have a chance of making the major. And I think that is going to be more difficult nowadays. I'm not like completely set on all the details about the VRS, but overall, I feel like the change is not for the better. I think it's only for the worse.
Do you think there is a solution?
There's probably a solution out there, but I'm not the one that's going to find it.